Yeah, I'm watching this video from the Tom Powell Jr. guy, freaking out about unemployment and whatnot, and I agree with everything he's saying, except I on the phenomenon that we talk about where people are going to have to start getting used to layoffs. Yeah, I mean, like a lot of people are going to start getting laid off and losing their jobs. It's not it's not funny. It's unfortunate that we, as a people, chose to go, chose to vote red, because our whole fucking lives, it's been obvious that red administrations are not good for the people. Blue administrations are good for the people. On the purely just broad and basic levels like that, and it's been blatantly obvious. So it's terrible that in this particular time, when all of these people are going to start getting laid off, right? They're laying off all these people in the government, and they're talking about all the side and trickle down effects that's going to have, of how other people are going to get laid off because there won't be other people spending as much money in their various industries because they're losing their jobs and whatnot. But then not only that, but the AI and robotics that are coming in, that are going to allow the displacement, or that are going to cause the displacement of so many workers, is going to be such a huge impact, right? We're going to lose so many jobs that there's going to have to be safety mechanisms in place that the elites are going to have to put in place, right? Either they're going to have to put them in place voluntarily, or we burn the fucking city down again. You know what I mean? Again, I always, people forget that it's not like we won't destroy a city to get our point across, right? New York's been ransacked quite a few times, right? LA's been ransacked quite a few times, right? Chicago, right? Name a fucking big city that hasn't had some turmoil, right? So I'm like, so that they're going to have to put these safety nets in place, because if not, we the people will just go and take them. It's unfortunate, and it will most likely end up being ugly on some degree. Some people will lose their lives, and that's unfortunate because I think we need to be doing everything along the lines that we can to make sure people don't die. When you consider just the insane amount of money and resource that we actually have available to us, it's absurd that in this day and age, it's 2025, right? How is this still happening, right? How do people not have health care? How is everybody not have a full belly, right? How do we still have starving people, right? Especially at least within the borders of the U.S., right? In this nation, it's ridiculous. But yeah, people are going to have to get prepared for the fact that more and more people are going to start losing their jobs. A lot more people are going to start losing their jobs, and we're going to have better ways to respond to that and deal with that than name calling from the red side, and then hysteria from the blue side. We've got to figure out a better way. Somebody has to. Otherwise, it's just going to get violent, and no one wants that. No one wants that.